Heidi ho, guys and gals, it's right your friendly neighborhood Tool Bear back again here in the Den of Tools, and boy, have we got one angry little beaver in the house today. We got the Bauer 9 amp surface conditioning tool. Wow, I can't believe it. We finally got our paws on it. This has been talked about and leaked for so long. Enough talking. Let's jump into it and show you real quick some of the stuff it can do, and we'll walk you through that. Then we'll talk about some of the details and more, okay? Let's see here. We got the Bauer 4800. That's the stripping. Finishing drum. So we're gonna start off with this. All right, well, there you go. This tool comes in right now at $130, $129.99, and that's before any coupons or sales or anything else. Quite frankly, I'm astounded to see this in the Bauer lineup. This just says Hercules all over it. Hercules is where they're going with the quote-unquote professional grade, especially the new automotive tools are supposed to be in the Hercules line. Kind of leaves you, what does that leave then for Hercules to come out with? Because this thing is fantastic, and it's definitely what I would consider, a higher grade tool than most of the Bauer stuff. And I love the Bauer stuff. But anyway, so what you got here is you've got a hot spinning drum of angry chewable death there on the front. And it's going to spin at a variable speed. 1 to 6 are the settings on there. Now let's see here. As far as the actual rotation, let's see if they give us a spec on it. 1,000 to 3,700 RPM fills every bit of that. High torque 9 amp motor, all metal gearing. 6-speed dual control, ergonomic line, yada, yada, yada. It's 120 volt. It's corded. You're going to want corded on something like this. It's now this thing is hefty. It's not lightweight. It comes in at the shipping weight is 11.7 pounds. Product weight is 8. height is 6 inches by 20 inches by about 6 and some wide. Power cord is 8 feet long. Just to let you know all that, because you're going to have to be able to have space and the ability to use this thing, okay? Now, it comes with 3 of these drums here, and you got the 3 different ones we showed you in the video. Basically, high, medium, and low, if you would. Now, this is not the first time we've seen a tool like this. I know you're like, Bear, get to the competition, because you got to talk about it, and you got to talk about Eastwood. Eastwood has had this tool out for a while. It's a go-to for many kind of automotive shops and other people dealing usually with metal refinishing. They remove surface rust, paint, all sorts of nasty stuff that may be on the surface of what you're trying to work on. And at $180, that's on sale right now. Save $50 down from $229. They probably saw the Bauer was launching and thought they had to get a little competitive. Anyway, very similar tools. I would guess that they share a lot of DNA, because they look like they're coming out of the same shop. Now, the Bauer has a more industrial look to it. The Eastwood is what it is. Anyway, and they're not the only game in town, okay? By far, they're not the only game in town. Jags has had their version for a while, $268. Ouch, it's a little pricey on that one. There's lots of generic ones out there. You find them all over Amazon and other places. But, the real, the one I always think of when I think about this kind of a spinny polisher sander kind of thing is I think about the Restorer. Now, Restorer is a company. It's a U.S. family-based company. I believe they have the parts made overseas. They were doing assembly in the U.S. for a while. I'm not sure where they're at these days. Nice folks. Anyway, they made the tool there for Porter Cable that was sold for years and is now was also being sold by Craftsman. Not sure if this is still available, but I do know they were selling it for a while. In fact, Summit Racing has a version, believe it or not. That's insane. But that said, this tool is, and let me go back to it, this tool is about half the weight and about half the power. It's a smaller drum. You got a smaller working surface with it. This definitely feels like it falls more into wood kind of stuff. DIY. I mean, yeah, can you do metal with it? Of course you can. It'll do it fine. It's going to probably take a little bit longer because you don't have the weight and you don't have the power behind it you do with the larger one that lets you really get in there and get aggressive with it, which also then kind of makes this good for wood surfacing and stuff like that. If you are going to go this route, I do highly recommend you go directly to their website and get one of the restorers there. I would expect to see this come out in Bauer Red and then see the Bauer that we have now in the Hercules Blue, but it is what it is. Anyway, there you can see they even have the Craftsman version there, base set there for $99. Now, moving on, let's talk about the drums, because, it's all, the tool's nice, but if you don't have the drums, you're not going very far with this. So we got 3 drums that ships with the tool, which is a great deal if you consider how much those drums sell for by themselves. We're looking at the aggressive one, which is the 4x4, 3/4 inch, 40 grit, non-woven. Every time I read this, I want to read it as Norwegian stripping drum. I know, it sounds cooler. Anyway, $25 on that. They have the 4x4 by 3/4, 240 grit, non-woven finishing drum, and in the middle, the Goldilocks one in the middle, which is the 4x4, 120 grit, interleaved finishing drum. Now, here's the question I know everyone's going to ask next, which is, can you use the Eastwood drums with the Bauer tools? The setup looks exactly the same. They both use a keyed drum system. As you can tell by looking at them, they look like they're kissing cousins there, don't they? But I don't know if you want to use that at that price, $54. Ouch. But they got some that are a little bit more affordable. There's their interleaf stripping drum. That's the $120. How much is the Harbor Freight? It's still cheaper. Now, here's the difference. The Harbor Freight is listed by 4 inches by 4 inches, whereas this is listed at, I think it says 104 by 4.5 is, I think, what it's listed at. So a lot of these are done in millimeters. 100 millimeters is about 4 inches, and 125 is like 4.5, something like that. So anyway, there's a lot of different options out there, and that's kind of why I was looking at these, because look at all these different kind of drums you can get for it. Lots of great stuff. I love this little contour SCT rack there. Probably works just fine with the Bauer too, if you wanted a nice hanging solution there in your shop. Also, they sell these spacers. Check this out. The spacer allows you to run these narrow gauge wheels on there, so if you want a little more detail, get in some nooks and crannies kind of stuff. In fact, let's jump over to Amazon and see what kind of wheels they have. Now, here's a question. Like, this is 115 by 100. So 100 is the length of it, the width of it, if you would, as opposed to the radius or the diameter of it. And at 115, you're getting a little bigger. There's not a ton of space for exercise wheels on the Harbor Freight on the Bauer. I did reach out to my contacts over there to ask them how big a drum you could put on there. I've not heard back. As soon as I hear back, I will pin a comment down below and let you know what their take on it is. Now, there's the let's start off. There's the burnishing wheel there at $22. We've got the flap disc style a combo wheel there for $17.99, and the basic one there for $16.97. Again, a little pricier because you're getting the free shipping in with that. There's one for $15.79. Anyway, I just wanted to show you really here the different kinds of styles, all the different kind of tools and things that this can do. We got a wire wheel there. We got a nylon wheel drum there. We've got this full burnishing abrasive drum. Look at this. This is a hollow core shaft, so you can put other items on it, usually like sanding drums and stuff like that will fit on there. We've got, look at this. We can also do it for polishing, serious polishing. No, really serious polishing. No, let's get right down to it. We want this thing mirror smooth, felt sleeve kind of polishing. All sorts of uses for tools like this. I gotta tell you, it's fantastic. I just honestly wish, I apologize that we didn't have more to throw at this thing because it's a heck of a lot of fun. I was playing with it. The Duncan, the oldest cub, he was using it. First he was like, oh, this isn't all that interesting. Then I couldn't tear the thing away from him. It's a lot of fun to use. It gets a great finish on stuff super quick. I just wish we had more to use it on. Anyway, let me know what you think. What kind of stuff would you use this for? Also, if you have any information as to whether you think the drums will fit on it or not, or other sources for the drums, stuff like that, or cool drums that people hadn't thought about using, I would love to hear your ideas or your comments down below. Anyway, that's all the Bear has for you today. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, ring the bell on your way out. That's all I got for you today. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.